Hey, what's going, y'all? It is yours truly once again. Well, keeping things in mind, with there's a lot of cliches, scriptural cliches as well. Well, for example, the main cliche is, well, everything happens for a reason. Some people are there for a season, some people are there for a lifetime. That all can be broken up in many different ways. You can go down many different rivers and many different channels with that per se. And of course, in the scripture, it says, what God has put together can no man put asunder. Of course, me coming from the Hebraic standpoint, I like to say, what Yah has put together can no man put asunder. So how does this apply to how some breakups are meant to be? Well, the ones I would say that were meant to be, they weren't really breakups at all. It just depends, because you have people who have been married for many years per se. They've had a certain union, because some people are unionized per se, and it was based on a non-contractual agreement. But nevertheless, they've developed a great life together. They've had great kids together. I mean, they've just built a life. They've built a family. And pretty much part of that chapter in both of their lives is over with. And there's a lot of celebrities who've been through that. And I've known some people personally who have been through that after they've pretty much have went their separate ways. They weren't separated. They still get along well to this day. They wish each other the best in their new chapters, and depending on who they know, who they run into, it's like, you don't feel any type of way about that, because y'all still got a certain connection. Y'all have, because in many ways, these people, they established such a great friendship from the beginning that there really isn't an end, even when they both have to go their separate ways. I mean, like I said, I just brought up one example about those who have started families together, and, that part of their chapter is over with. Maybe post family life, that's a different level of life. We often get this whole Americanized way of looking at things as far as, well, I meet someone, I love them, we get married, we have kids, and we stay together forever and ever. You can still stay with them forever and ever, but just in different ways. You might not necessarily be with them per se, like, you and them, y'all be unionized. I mean, y'all might go separate ways for other reasons. I mean, start families elsewhere, I would say. Just start connections elsewhere, but y'all still got something tight. You know what I'm saying? It's just on a different level now. It's a different vibration, but y'all still got a wonderful, wonderful friendship that will never die. Y'all built that from day one. And of course, you run into the next people that you meet, you run into them and you make sure that they make sure that they understand and respect what you had going on prior. And of course, with you, with the way you carry yourself, with the way you conduct yourself, it'll be self-explanatory. I'm the type that if I ran into a woman and she has a lot of bad things to say about her previous partner, there might be something wrong with her. I might just be hearing one side of the story. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's also another thing. If she hasn't had a lot of experiences, that's even better. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. At least if she's had previous engagements, unions, marriages per se, it should be good. It shouldn't be bad. You know what I'm saying? It should be to where, ideally, especially based on a union where there was children involved, ideally, it's best to, you run into a woman who's already had her children, and they're grown. You know what I'm saying? They're 18 years old per se, and they're grown. So she was successfully able to meet a man, have children, and raise those children into their adulthood. That's success right there. So that phase of her life is done, if that so be. She could either just start a family elsewhere, or she can rekindle another family with the man that she previously had a family with. But of course, we live in a society where a lot of things change in people's minds, and you're going to eventually want to explore these other things. I think for me personally, it's good that I have a certain way that I think, a certain way that I am initially for a woman, so that she knows that staying with me for the long haul, for the long run, is worthwhile. You don't really need to go elsewhere. But at the same time, there might be a chance, there might be a woman that I hadn't quite been a certain way with her. And, I evolved, right? And so we basically were evolving together to where we did build such a great union. But now it is on this realm that, we kind of might drift a little bit. It's not that we lost passion, chemistry, or connection, but we both were growing at a different wavelength. And as a man at the time when I first met you, sweetie, I wasn't as evolved as I am now. Of course, that's here nor there at this point, because I'm at a certain point in my life where, it'd be worthwhile for you to stay with yours truly, sweetie. But with that said, I can also say, looking at my past, there's probably less than a few women that I can know, that I can think of, that I can talk to them to this day and we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though she might be on with her life with someone else, we still have a certain connection. You know what I'm saying? And it's just great. Either way, it's great. So not all breakups are bad. It's not really that you're breaking up. That's kind of where I'm getting at. Not all breakups are bad. It's not that y'all really broke up. Sometimes you do go your separate ways, but y'all not separated. If anything, it adds more to the friendship that y'all established from day one. And, the universe may have its way for y'all to actually come back around each other. Call that a full circle. So once again, not all breakups are bad, because y'all never really broke up in the first place. Sometimes you need to go on a self journey, a personal journey. We all have things in life that can lead us to that point in our life. And maybe one day you two could possibly reunite. But nevertheless, y'all never broke up. Not at all. Hopefully that helps somebody out there. And y'all be easy out there. Signing out.